11 signs your partner doesn't love you. Do you suspect your relationship is failing and that you should start looking for evidence that he no longer loves you? You've come to the right place. Men will never tell you they don't love you to your face, especially if they still have feelings for you. But what was once a good, serious relationship is now experiencing issues for the first time and is likely to fail. If you want to know for sure what's going on, keep watching to find out. Number 1. You're nervous around him for no apparent reason. Needless to say, if your lover no longer loves you, he sends you strange energy, which you pick up on. He's probably more puzzled than you are right now, and his anxiety rubs off on you. When you're trying to figure out what's going on in his thoughts, you frequently feel like you're treading on eggshells and about to burst. Furthermore, if you're in denial and refuse to believe that he no longer loves you, you'll be in a state of inner battle. All of this gradually destroys your sanity, and you become anxious and afraid of what the future holds. Number 2. Your partner is filled with contempt. Everybody experiences mood swings. We go through phases of feeling. We feel close to and distant from our partners at times. With them, we enjoy a wonderful weekend and maybe a miserable night. It's quite natural to have different mood states towards your spouse, and it's a very relational way to live on this earth. However, when you notice a continuous mood that pervades the connection, this is an indication to pay attention to. The mood to look for is contempt. When your spouse is disgusted by your presence on a regular basis, being harsh to you, snarky and disrespectful, this is a huge indication that your relationship is on the verge of collapsing. Number 3. He's never jealous. Men who are never jealous don't exist. They might seem as if they aren't jealous, but believe me when I say that each and every one of them harbors a secret desire for you. It's only a matter of how well they cover it. Again, even if they are masking their jealousy, you will detect it if you pay great attention to their conduct. So obviously, after thorough observation, you'll notice if he's not displaying any signs of jealousy at all. That's a really bad indicator. If your partner doesn't mind you hanging out with men all the time, or going out with your girlfriends without even saying it, you should definitely consider the choice that you don't like to accept. A man who adores a woman will constantly be concerned that she will be taken from him. If he isn't, he may be looking for someone to kidnap you from him. Number 4. He's disrespectful. In both private and public, he speaks harshly. He doesn't get to pick what he says, after all. It's not even that he's unconcerned about you. Perhaps he's simply too afraid to declare that he no longer loves you. So, he's using his words and his arrogant conduct to tell you he wants out. If you find him acting this way and making smart comments every time you say or do something, confront him or simply leave. Number 5. He stays away from you as much as possible. If he doesn't love you as much as he used to, he won't bother to spend time with you. He'll be at work, with his family, or with his friends all of the time, and he won't make an effort to involve you in his social life. If you live together, he may be in the house but completely alone. In any relationship, having your own space is crucial, but if he's continuously hooked to his job, a TV show, or a game, and the two of you aren't even dining or relaxing together in the evenings like you used to, then something's wrong. Sorry for interrupting. If I got your interest, hit that like button and let YouTube know you love our videos. It will help us reach a wide audience like you and help them restore their relationships. Thank you so much for your engagement. Number 6. They are not interested in becoming close to you. Sex should obviously never be a requirement. Your spouse may not be in the mood. They may prefer to wait. Your sex drives may be misaligned, or there may be a variety of other factors preventing them from becoming physically involved, none of which are necessarily bad. In the bedroom, though, your spouse should be willing to express their needs, wants, or differences with you. You should also be willing to recognize and convey that closeness entails more than simply sex or going to bed. Having a long conversation, holding hands, going on exciting dates, being physically near one another, and speaking up about your feelings are all examples of intimacy without intercourse. Number 7. He isn't really affectionate. Your partner is no longer physically affectionate towards you. Perhaps he was never extremely affectionate, or perhaps he used to cuddle up to you in bed every night. But anyway, he's no longer affectionate. If you try to show him affection, he shakes you off, clams up, or tells you flat out that he'd rather you didn't. There are a variety of reasons why people quit being affectionate with you, particularly if they're worried or going through a difficult period, but changes like these are a clear indication that something is wrong. Number 8. He never compromises. Most importantly, he does not feel obligated to make any compromises in his life. As a result, you're the sole employee in your partnership. You must juggle your life, reschedule meetings, modify plans, and mold yourself to meet the requirements and desires of your man. Why? Why should you be the one who has to adapt? Must accept him as he is, and doesn't bother him with anything, all the time. But here's the thing. I despise compromises as well. You don't either. No one does. In fact, they're nonetheless one of the 10 most crucial relationship habits to practice in order to have a strong relationship. He's not prepared to put effort into your relationship if he's unwilling to compromise. There's only one conclusion. He no longer cares as much about you as you would want. Number 9. He's texting other girls. Seriously, if he loves you, why would he do such a thing? He can do whatever he wants with his life since he's free? That's fair. What about you on the other hand? In this position, where do you stand? Pretending it's okay for you to observe him speaking and flirting with other people? If you don't feel loved or comfortable in that environment, pack your bags. Go. It's simple. Your sentiments are unimportant to him. Number 10. Your limits are not respected by him. Limits are the cornerstone of any good relationship, and you must respect your partner's boundaries if you want your relationship to prosper. If your spouse, for example, speaks about your personal concerns with someone else outside of the connection, it's certainly a breach of your boundaries and an emotional affair at that. You want to keep things private, just between the two of you, which is very natural to expect from the person you love. Number 11. He makes you feel as if you aren't good enough. Nothing you do will satisfy him. This type of conduct is usually connected with and attributed to those who have narcissistic tendencies. Narcissists like making their victims feel incompetent and inadequate. They prey on the vulnerabilities of their victims. They offer you a task and then convince you that it will make them happy and contented. You naturally want them to feel that way because you care about them, so you offer your all. When you do what he asks, he will tell you that it is wrong and that you could have done it better. You'll never be able to please a man like him because he'll never give you credit. In other words, he doesn't care about you. He uses you for another purpose. If you're bold enough to notice them, the indicators that he doesn't love you anymore are very obvious. My best relationship advice is to be honest with yourself and see things as they are. Accept only those that treat you like you're special because you are. Well, that's all we got for today. Thank you so much for watching.